Okay, but in a school like this, you need a car. Otherwise, I'd have to rely on somebody to pick me up all the time, or a scooter. And that wasn't my thing. So anyway, so this school was an Aboriginal school. So this is like the whole school was 28 kids, and this is like almost all the school. Yeah, almost the whole school. Yeah. And it was like one of those religious festivals that they had, and we were performing on stage. Yeah, that's a shock to you, right? All right, so it was convenient but charming. I loved Hawaiian. Yeah, except for the tiny black mosquitoes you may have already encountered. You can't see them, but when they bite you, man, you itch for days. Yes. Okay, and then the other, well, on the other extreme, you've got, could be like in the middle. Like this is my school in Yunnan, the second year, and then Torio, the capital. So if you're like assigned to one of the city schools, lucky, you got all this stuff. You know, but it was boring on the weekends. So your situation, your school may be somewhere in between, or maybe one of the extremes. Okay. All right. So what I've seen here is, based on my experience of how Taiwanese teaching a lot, is like rote memorization versus actually inquiry, getting them to think. A lot of drills. It's like many of them don't have access to a native speaker, so their way is CD. Right? Listen to the CD, fill in the blank, choose in the choices. Okay. Play more games. We play some games. They're increasing more and more. Okay. But it's still like a lot of paper-based now versus actually hands-on activities and projects. And your co-teacher will have books that the kids have to go through. It's like they teach by book. Yeah. And also, a lot of them are grammar-based. So it's actually, it's like especially at a cram school, this is what they do. This woman's Korean, okay? But as it gives you an example, that's what they do. They can dissect the whole sentence, like it's crazy. And then it's like especially junior high level, they have the kids memorize all these different grammar rules, But it's like other teachers will ask me, it's like, oh, why is it this way? I'm like, I can't tell you, right? Okay, but that's the traditional way of teaching English in Taiwan. Yeah, and he's like, okay, and also, one thing here, the teacher is the authority. What the teacher, it's like the answer is what the teacher says is right. Okay, even if they're wrong. Yeah, it's like the correct answer is the teacher's answer. And a lot of times you will see that they're very strict. The kids kind of like squirming and yelling, man. It's like, geez, chill out. Some of them. Not all of them. But don't be surprised if that's what you see. Okay? And so, answers are black and white only. Which is not black and white, but that's what the school answers are. And we know there's a nap time. Yeah? Right after lunch.
That's the exact picture I used for one of my activities last year when I showed it to my junior high. They loved that picture.
Love Google images.
Yeah, it was a comparison between elementary and junior high, and asked them, which do you like, elementary? He's got all these kids like, or doing the kind of poses we've been doing. One, or 1, 2, like that kind of thing. Like, which do you like better? And it was comparative, which. That was the one I chose for my junior high, and they all laughed at that. Hey, which do they like better? Most of them liked elementary school.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Also, your students don't have this fear of speaking, yeah, because it's like there really is no environment for them to do it, and yeah, it's like what they know is exactly what's being taught to them on the textbook. All this robotic English, right? And a lot of them is like they're focusing on passing the test versus actually being able to communicate. Now, it's like I've taught everything from like first grade to university and adults here. And I'm telling you, it's like at the university, university level, I was teaching a remedial English class, and these college students were like so scared of speaking. And imagine they'd been learning English from 3rd grade or even 1st grade on. And it's like you've got 18-year-olds, actually these are university seniors, so what, 21, 22-year-olds? They didn't want to speak because they were so afraid of it. Yeah, they didn't have enough input for them to be able to actually feel comfortable speaking.
Yeah, it's a little sad that somebody offers language.
Yeah, and also one of the things is like sometimes they get overcorrected. Yeah, so that's like where the fine line between, it's like, what's the purpose of your activity? Or it's like, are you doing it for having them practice fluency? Then it doesn't matter to make errors. Or are you teaching something where you want them to get it exact? Then that's okay to correct it. Yeah, but if you try and overcorrect them when they're practicing fluency, you just killed it right there. The kids' confidence. Yeah. So that's something that unfortunately happens a lot. It's like they get overcorrected and they're like this whole fear of saying the wrong thing, and then it's shut down. And it's really sad when you get college students that are so scared of speaking.
You know, even as an adult, I had a French tutor who was younger than me, but every time I made a mistake, she'd go, "Oh no, 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 no!" Like 20 times in an hour.
Yeah, you just
I
don't want to do
I
it.
don't want to do it anymore. Like, it's great.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even try.
Yeah. That's the
So,
thing.
right, keep that in mind when you're teaching your students. Exactly right. I mean, just
Yeah.
let them go, and then there's a time. What's your focus going to be for the lesson? So what are you going to correct? Be very focused on one part of not everything.
Yeah, and if you're gonna correct them, this is like, can you say it another way? How can you say it better? Right? So it's like, instead of saying it's like you're wrong, it's like, how can you say it better? Yeah?
Or praise and give positive feedback before you're going to go to the corrective stage of the play.
Yeah, good job. Let's try saying it better.
I like the way you said it.
Yeah, like the way you said it. Let's try another way. Yeah. So it's like encouragement and then gently correction. Yeah, gentle correction. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's okay to make mistakes. We make mistakes when we're talking, and we sound correct. That's what we want to foster for them. It's like, at least they are willing to talk, and then, like, slowly correct.
That's why not to steal time from them, but I think it's valuable when they see me messing up their language and me being okay with making a mistake, and then teaching me. So we can make mistakes together. It's not a problem. I'll even model for you. I look like a clown.
Yeah. Make them feel comfortable, encourage them. Right? Okay, also they got limited exposure to English and authentic language. This is from one of their textbooks. It's a song. How useful is it for them to learn this? How old are you? This is like lesson, I think, 1, unit 1. How old are you? I am 10. Danny, happy birthday. Thank you. Dino, la 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 la. How old are you? You're like, what the heck is this? Why are they even learning this? But unfortunately, that's what's in their textbooks. Okay? And long cram school hours, the poor kids here, most of them. In the countryside, maybe not, depends, okay? Like, the kids in Taiwan, after they finish school at say 4, then many of them will go to cram school, go until what, 6, 7? And it's like in the cities, it's more extreme. Like, in Kaohsiung, like, I saw with like junior high, it's like a neighbor's junior high son. It's like always coming back. It's like, or I saw them actually in the elevator at 9:30 at night. I'm like, with food. I'm like, why you're having dinner this late? They're like, oh no, this is for my son. It's like he just came back from cram school. He's hungry. Like, what time does he come back? 9:30. Like, are you serious? It's like going to school from 8 a.m. a.m., 8 a.m., but they have to report like 7:30. You're in school until 9:30. That's insane. But that's the culture here. So don't be surprised if your kids are tired. Yeah, especially junior high. Yeah, poor things. Okay? So then they don't, because they're in school so much, they don't get a lot of the extracurricular activities that we get in the West. And so if you can introduce that to them, it'll be beneficial to them. Okay? And also, it's like, because of all this situations, like they live here in Taiwan, it's not an English-speaking country. Maybe like they don't get exposure to foreigners, or they may think like, oh, I live in the countryside. I'm never going to leave Taiwan. Why do I need to learn this? Yeah. So you will very likely to face this. It's like they're like, what's the practical use? Why am I learning this? I have no motivation. So that's Taiwan students learning English. Okay. Now, how you can help is to promote creativity and not perfection. Yeah? Stress that it's about communication, not exactly the same thing, very correct thing. Providing authentic English, positive reinforcement, share your culture, your experiences, share your knowledge with the Taiwanese students, and make it seem like you are a reason for them to learn. Because also one thing I've noticed is like in Taiwan, it's like in elementary school, it's a lot of fun learning. Let's have fun, let's play games. And then get to junior high, the fun is completely taken out of it and killed. So it's like the kids may love learning English in elementary school. Junior high, they're like, I hate English. Yeah, so because by then it's a lot of test focus. It's for passing the test. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Okay, right. So now to mentally prepare yourself to teach them. What do you think? Set, moderate, low. Okay, because you may find that some of your students, 6th grade, I barely knew his ABCs. And those who went to cram school, then they could do full sentences and all that. And that's in the same class. So where do you find the medium? That's a problem. Okay? So I try to aim like medium and then try and do some differentiation for the low levels to help them. So okay, the same exercise, maybe they don't have to do all of the questions. Just try this, do only one part of it, whatever. Make it easier for them so at least they have some sort of feeling that they actually succeeding so far, even though it might be weights above their level. Okay. Practice speaking. One word. Slowly. Because one thing we don't realize as native speakers, it's like I'm speaking to you right now, it's quite fast. But you cannot do this with your students. One common complaint from teachers and students is that us foreign teachers, we speak way too fast. And we don't realize it because that's the speed we're used to. So you have to consciously think about slowing down your speech. Imagine they speak, little to no English, okay? Because at least if you set your expectations low, then you get surprised. Some of them, they're pretty high. It's like, okay, but at least you prepared yourself. Versus if you think you're here, and then you get down here, you're like, and then your whole lesson might as well borrow, because it's way too hard. Yeah. It's easier to make something harder, because you can add complexities to it, then make something hard and then try to simplify it. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. So one thing to do, keep it simple, and show, don't tell. So if you're gonna have them practice, it's like get them to do something. Okay, like Jason's lesson yesterday, So when they were playing that activity, at the end, it was like, what did he do? He had himself an angel actually demonstrate for the whole class. Yeah? It's like doing this, and then the kids, oh, okay, we have a better idea of what to do. If you just tell them, blah, 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 do this, or just went all over their heads. Yeah? One step at a time, keep it simple. Pretend you speak no Chinese, even if you know a little bit, okay? Try not to.
That's not going to be that hard.
Yeah, okay? Even though you're learning Chinese, you want to show off your Chinese, try not to, okay? Alright, be patient. And repeat. And Jason was actually very good at this. He repeated a lot.
Oh, because I just keep I'm brain creating and stuff, or I'm not going to get, I'm going to imagine it,
Yeah. You know, just the same way you've been trying to learn Chinese, put yourself in their shoes. They're feeling the same way. Your frustrations, your confusion, all those feelings that you're feeling, that's what they're going through every day. You guys are just getting a little bit of Chinese, but imagine that's every day when they're in class. Okay, so encourage your students to speak by teaching vocabulary, provide sentence frames and starters. Okay, make them speak, have fun interactive activities, do group work and pair work. Like a lot of times it's like, if you're practicing language, it's less intimidating, and it's like to practice as a group. Everybody, let's do this together. Because if you single them out right away, you're like, say this. They're like, I don't know how to do this. Why are you calling me? And then you just kill the kid. Yeah. Give them lots of praise. Be friendly, approachable. Smile. It's like sometimes when you're teaching elementary school, you feel like you're a clown. You're in the attention. And that's how elementary school teaching is. Yeah. So if that's not your thing, get used to it. Okay? Alright, so strategies for teaching English. So, okay, we're just, so how you felt, this is what it's like for your students, okay? So, things you can teach, just about everything. The only thing they'll teach are grammar rules. Native speakers, we don't learn grammar that much. I was like, I cannot dissect the sentences. I don't know, can you? Okay? So, leave it up to the Taiwanese teachers to do that. So, now one thing you want to help the students understand you. Because one of the first things that is necessary, if you're saying something, communicating something, and it's completely not understandable, did you get your message across? No. Right? So how can you do that? I know I got the whole slides, but how can you make yourself understandable?
Reality of pictures, body language, PowerPoints, gestures, and there are a whole slew of ways. It's communication. It's not just using the oral language.
Yeah, visual, yeah. Sorry, okay, Zach?
You said when you was on.
Okay.
Just like their speak, if you're speaking, speak slowly.
Yeah. Slowly, clearly, right? Yeah. Body language. Yeah. Visuals. Yeah. It's all that stuff. Okay, so speak slowly. Also, use greater language. That's another way of saying simplify your language. Because as native speakers, we use all this vocabulary.